What's going on, guys? I am Lude, and today we're going to be pushing until we reach Challenger 1, aka 4,000 trophies. Now the reason being is because the season ends in a couple of hours. As you can see, it ends in about 8 hours or so, and I really want to make it there before the season ends. That way I can go ahead and receive that chest. Now as you can see, 39.45, we're very close to making it there, and we are going to be using this deck right over here. It's 3.1 elixir, and it is the same exact deck that helped me into Legendary Arena. Now the reason why I'm using this deck is because it works really well with the new max leveled minion horde, and that's exactly what I want to go ahead and do. I want to have some fun with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these battles and hopefully make it and enjoy it. Alright, so we are going to be going up against someone from Commando Farlopa, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop down the furnace right over here in the middle. That way we can go ahead and cycle and make sure to get some fire spirits cooking. So he goes in with the fire wizard, and as you can see, it is a level 9, so my max minion horde will be able to take it out with 278 hit points. And he goes in with this bowler, but I am going to go ahead and drop down the goblin gang to distract and go in with this minion horde and hopefully cycle enough to drop down my miner. Now that looked really well going in. He goes in with the baby dragon, and unfortunately we are going to be able to go ahead and take out that baby dragon and do some damage right over there onto the tower. He goes in with the electro wizard, which was a smart play. As you could see, it could have done a lot of damage, but we only got to 2010. Now we are going in with this goblin barrel. Hopefully he doesn't have a log. He goes in with the log right over there, so we are back to our furnace, and we're going to go ahead and drop that down right over here as well. So right now we are going to go ahead and just see if he drops down a fire wizard. It looks like he did, so we're going to be able to counter that with the goblin gang. Now I do want to make sure that we don't end up using the minion horde just yet, because I want to be able to keep that with my miner. Sending in the goblin gang over here, hopefully can take out this fire wizard and head to the tower. Unfortunately, he did end up dropping down this bowler, so that is going to be doing him some good value. So we are going to go ahead and drop down this skeleton army. Unfortunately, we are going to be sitting on elixir until that bowler does end up reaching the bridge, but it shouldn't be too bad. So we are going to go ahead and drop down the skeleton army right about now, and we are going to see if he ends up dropping something for that skeleton army. We are going to go ahead and drop down the minion horde and that miner over there. He did drop down a baby dragon and that knight, which is doing some work over there. We are going in with the goblin barrel, and just look at this. He goes in with the electro wizard right about now. We are just shutting him down, so it looks really well right now. 495 hit points left. He still has not even done damage onto my tower, and everything is going according to plan. He goes in with this hog rider right over here, so he probably will be dropping down a log or something. I am going to go ahead and drop the goblin gang in the middle. As predicted, there is the log. That way my goblin gang stays alive and does some work. We are going to go ahead and drop down the skeleton army as well on the other side. Maybe we can get him to drop down a baby dragon or something. Yes, he did end up dropping down the baby dragon over there. So we are going to go ahead and send in the minor goblin gang and drop down a minion horde to take out this bowler as well. And that should honestly do it. We are going to go ahead and send in a zap for this skeleton army. So that minion horde right over there is going to be taking out that electro wizard and that witch. And as you can see, we took out that tower and did everything good. Now we are going to go ahead and send in the skeleton army and the miner on the right side, and we're going to go ahead and counter his fire wizard with the goblin gang right over here. As you can see, he goes in with the log. Now we can go ahead and send in the goblin barrel. He goes in with the bowler over there, and I am just going to go ahead and drop down another furnace. Because of the looks of it, he will be dropping down another hog rider 5 seconds in, and as you can see, we're just gonna go ahead and hit him up with the good game, send in that log, and there you guys go. So the first match went according to plan. We ended up getting that victory, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next one. Hopefully it's another victory, and that way we can go ahead and make it to Challenger 1. As you can see, 39.74. Let's hope that we can go ahead and get that win. Let's go and jump into the second one. Alright, we are going to be going up against a level 12. I'm going to go ahead and hit him up with the wow and the angry emote, just because, dude, this is not looking good. Like a level 12, I did not expect to face a level 12. We are going to go ahead and send in the miner and the goblin barrel right over there. And he goes in with his elite barbs and his archers. They are going to be doing some work onto that goblin barrel, but we're going to go ahead and drop down the furnace, and that way we can drop down the skeleton army as well. And he goes in with this hog rider as well, so I'm thinking about sending in a log over here or going in with the goblin gang. Let's go in with the goblin gang. There's his log. They are going to be taking out a couple of our troops, and those archers are going to be needed to be logged because they could do a lot of damage. So he goes in with the goblin gang right over here. We're going to go ahead and send in a zap, and that way we take them out. Now we definitely need to rest right over here and make sure that we can go ahead and get more elixir for our troops. So I am going to go ahead and calm down and let us get some elixir. That way we can go ahead and drop down this furnace and get our troops ready as well. Alright, let's go ahead and send in the furnace over here. He is going to be coming in with the elite barbarian, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down the minion horde. He is going to be sending in a zap, and unfortunately I will not be able to send in my miner. He goes in with the archers, which honestly wasn't really a smart play. The reason being because he did send in a zap, so that minion horde would have been taken out. As you can see, he goes in with the hog rider right over here, which is smart. I also am going to drop down the goblin gang in the middle over there, but they still did get taken out, unfortunately. And we go in with the skeleton army, of course, to back it up just in case. Now we do have one spectator watching. I think that is from my clan. I saw a couple people online and they asked me if I was going to be able to push, so they are probably watching me right now. Alright, let's go ahead and send in this furnace over here. That way we can take out his goblin gang. And we are not doing that good. As you can see, he is doing more damage onto our tower than we have done onto his. So I am going to switch it up and drop down the goblin gang over here and see if we can get some chip damage. He goes in with the archers, and as you can see, we are getting that chip damage like I wanted at the right with those goblins. He goes in with the hog rider and sends in a preemptive log, but unlucky for him, we end up dropping down this minion horde. I'm going to go ahead and send in the miner and go in with this goblin barrel as well. He does have his archers and goblin gang. I'm going to go ahead and send in a zap. He also sends in a zap and drops down his elite bards because he really doesn't want me to touch his tower, which is smart. So I am going to drop down the furnace over here. He goes in again with another log, which isn't smart because he's wasting his logs. I still am not able to push as much as I would like, but we are doing more damage now. I am going to go ahead and send in the minion horde. He goes in with his hog rider, and of course he goes in with his goblin gang again. So I'm going to send in my miner right in front, send in a preemptive log, and he does have his archers. He goes in again with his log, even though that wasn't needed at all. Goes in with his hog rider. 3 seconds in, we have 678 hit points left onto his tower. I missed my zap right over there. That was the worst placement ever. I am going to go ahead and drop down the goblin gang, and by the looks of it, this log will not be able to do it for us. I think, oh my god. Okay, 226. Alright, never mind. He sends in a fireball. There's the game, and Sheep ends up winning this. Man, a level 12. That is the first time I've ever faced a level 12. But let's go ahead and jump into the next battle. So we basically ended up where we started off, and hopefully we can actually make it to Challenger 1. I think that we will, but let's go ahead and see. So we are going to be going up against Satoy. And as you can see, we still have one spectator. He hits us up straight away with the angry emote and the crying emote. I'm just going to go ahead and mute him. I am going to go ahead and send in my goblin barrel to the left tower over there. He sends in his fire wizard, and as I can see, he is a level 10. So a level 10 fire wizard, I think, takes out my max minion horde. He did drop down barbarians, and as you can see, we slowly did some damage. I am going to drop down the goblin gang, and whoa, he just turned around and still did damage over there. But the furnace is doing us some good work. As you can see, it did take out most of his troops, and right now we are just chilling and making sure that we can get some more elixirs so that way we can get our push going. Now, I am thinking about sending in a minor goblin barrel, but let's see what ends up happening. Let's actually go in with it. He goes in with the royal giant, so I'm just going to go ahead and send in my minion horde, and look at this. The goblins and that fire spirits did a crap ton of work right over there. 963 hit points left onto that tower, and by the looks of it, we are doing some good work. Now, I am thinking about sending in this skeleton army, but I'm going to actually hold off on it just a second, and let's go ahead and get some more elixir going. I am going to end up dropping it in the back just because I don't know where he is actually going to be sending in his troops. So let's go ahead and drop it in over here, and let's send in this furnace as well. He goes in with the fire wizard this time on the correct lane, and he also drops down a Sparky, so this is going to be a huge problem for us. But unfortunately for him, we do have a lot of troops to distract and be able to take out his troops as well. We are going to go ahead and send in a miner over here with the goblin barrel. Let's see what he ends up dropping. I am going to drop down the goblin gang right over here for his Sparky and his fire wizard, and that should definitely take some of them out. And let's also drop down a skeleton on. Now, as you can see, we did a lot of damage onto that right tower as well, and so far we are just doing a lot of work. And oh my god, he left the skeleton on me with that. I don't know what he's doing. He could have arrowed that. I know he has, I think, a zap as well, but I know he has arrows, and by the looks of it, he ended up just waiting for that royal giant. So I'm going to go ahead and send in the minion horde over here. We're also going to send in the miner in front. There goes the arrows, so let's go ahead and drop down a goblin gang. He sends in a zap, so we're going to go ahead and also drop down a skeleton army, and we're also going to send in a log for all of his troops. Now that was a pretty decent log right over there. We are going to drop down another furnace, and we just need to pressure as much as we possibly can. At this point, I think I'm going to go in with another miner goblin barrel, just in case if he ends up taking out that tower, we end up taking out two. So he does have his fire wizard and his ice wizard, and they're just doing some work, but I'm going to go ahead and hit him up with the good game and send in this log, drop down another furnace, and retarget them onto it. And by the looks of it, this is another victory, so everything is looking good. We ended up getting this victory. Let's go ahead and see what happens in the last battle. Alright, 39-75, one win away from making it into Challenger 1. Can we do it? Let's go ahead and find out. We are going up against another level 10, and honestly, I kind of want to face level 11s. I don't know why I'm facing a lot of 10s. I went to 12 right away, but not any 11s. I haven't seen any 11s. We are going to go ahead and send in the Goblin Gang in the middle, and let's see if he ends up dropping down anything. We do have the Skeleton Army just in case as a backup, but let's go ahead and send in the Miner right over here and send in that Goblin Barrel as well. And by the looks of it, you know, he does have max Archers and max Elite Barbarians as well. And that's going to be a struggle for me. I'm surprised that this level 10 has max troops. So we are going to drop down a skeleton army over here. He did mess up on his freeze, as you can see, and he should have waited right there until I dropped some more troops. But those archers are going to be taking out that furnace, and they are going to be taken out very quickly. That last archer did some damage right over there, but other than that, everything is going really well. We do have another spectator right now. Let's go ahead and send in the Goblin Gang with this miner, and we do of course have our zap. So that baby dragon did get targeted onto the other side. We're going to go ahead and send in this zap, and look at that. Oh my god, we are just chipping away. Now he does go in with this Hog Rider right over here, so I am going to drop down the Minion Horde, mainly because we can go ahead and take out that Hog Rider, that Baby Dragon, and all of those minions with max Minion Horde. Look at that. Like I predicted. Look at that. That was absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and just chill over here. That way we can make sure that we get more elixir, and then we'll send in a Goblin Barrel. Now we're going to drop down a furnace for his Hog Rider right over here, and as you can see, we ended up taking out that tower. So this Hog Rider is doing some work. I am going to hold off on my skeleton army just in case if he sends in a freeze. There's the freeze as expected, and man, he sends in a fireball to take out that skeleton army when he had, I think, a zap. Actually no, he doesn't have a zap, so he could have just left it alone and sent in a baby dragon. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and send in this miner with the Goblin Gang. Now he will most likely be countering us with a baby dragon and some archers. There's his baby dragon sending in a Goblin Barrel, and we do have our zap if we need it, but by the looks of it, we are still chipping away and slowly doing some damage. I am going to go ahead and drop down the furnace right over here, and by the looks of it, I miscentered it, and hopefully we can still pull them. We did end up pulling those elite barbs, and we are going to drop down the skeleton army with this minion horde, taking out that Hog Rider and slowly doing some damage. He goes in with another Hog Rider on the other side. I am going to go ahead and send in a log. He goes in with the freeze right over here, so I am going to zap this Hog Rider so that way he doesn't do some damage, and we are going to send in the miner in front. And just look at this. Right now we are killing it. We are getting some confetti going from our teammates, and look at, oh my god, we are killing it. By the looks of it, we ended up making it to Challenger 1. I am going to send this log for these elite barbs and that archer. He goes in again with his baby dragon, and we're going to drop down that skeleton army to take them out. He probably will be dropping his Hog Rider sometime soon. There's his Hog Rider. Again, more confetti onto the center, and then we're going to hit him up with the good game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have actually made it to Challenger 1. Let's go ahead and hit OK, and let's see what it prompts us with. There we go, Challenger 1. As you can see, we have that sword over there, and now we can get this season reward. We will be getting it tomorrow because this season ends, like I said, in about 8 hours or so of the time of this recording. But man, I am so happy we ended up making it. We can now be making more videos about climbing on and trying to push to the next league. So there you guys go, 9 leagues, and we ended up making it. 4002 is my current season high, and let's see if we can make it even higher in the next one. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and share it with anyone that you think needs sharing. With that being said, I am Lude. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and as always, stay positive. Peace.